All right, everyone, and welcome to my channel. I decided to set this channel up just to give people advice and tips and guidance if they're looking to go to weddings as a videographer or photographer. Now, I started out as a wedding videographer thinking I didn't want to do weddings. A few family members and a few friends said, have you thought about doing weddings? I'm like, oh God, no. It's like, well, you are creative, and I am. I did media studies. I wanted to come to do filmmaking and all sorts. And I was like, oh God, no. What do I want to do weddings for? It sounds boring. No, why would I want to do that? And then my brother says, you get good money for it. I'm like, yeah, okay. And then one of my mates, about 6 months later, says, do you want to come to a wedding with me? I'm doing a wedding. Went, yeah. So bought some equipment with me, had this camera, G7, went to this wedding, and I absolutely loved it. It was a fantastic day. I met some fantastic people. I got some really great moments on this wedding. And I thought, I enjoyed that. Put this wedding video together, sent it to the bride and groom. They absolutely loved it. And so I did another wedding, and again, I absolutely loved it. Did another one, loved that. Did another one, so on, so on, so on, so on. And the one thing I learned is that I love meeting people. It's just like going to a party, and you as a creative person, you're capturing someone's magical day, and you're capturing something that you go back home and you can edit and put it together. The couple trust you to capture their day, put it together into a filmic video, and you get paid for it. And most times you get food as well, which what's not to like? So on this journey that I've gone through, there's certain things I've picked up, guidelines that I put, I have in place, tips that I've got to give to people. And I thought, well, why not start sharing them and put a YouTube channel up there? I've got a YouTube channel, but I kept posting different bits up, and I thought, well, why not dedicate a channel to YouTube, which is dedicated just to wedding advice, tips, and guidance. And I thought, well, here I go. I'm going to do that, and that's what I'm going to do. Basically, show you what camera equipment I use, what SD cards I use, what lighting, what gimbals, what editing system, etc., etc., etc. How I deal with a certain bride and groom clients, the guests at the wedding. Now, for example, sometimes I get guests, very rarely, that can be really, really nervous. So I'll give you guidance and tips on how to get through someone who's a bit nervous in front of the camera because they don't want to be in camera. You get couples, for example, you go, oh, can you give your partner a kiss? Like, give Sarah a kiss, and like on the cheek, and because it's a nervous. So you got to use these little tricks to break that nervousness down. So I've been to weddings, for example, I did the same-sex marriage. The two brides were in the forest, this beautiful scene. You had the light coming through the trees. And they were like, where's Liam gone? Looking around, I went, I'm in the bushes. And they went, what? And I went, yeah, I'm the peeping Tom. And they literally burst out laughing, and I captured some of that laughter, and they saw this whole beautiful scene with them laughing in this bit I put into the highlights, and they absolutely loved it. But when they sent me a message after they got the video and said, Liam, we were nervous on that day, but when you came along, you made us feel so comfortable that we didn't even notice you were there, that you kind of just disappeared into the shadows, like into the trees, and our nervousness disappeared. We didn't even feel nervous after it, and you captured so much of a beautiful day due to that. So I'll give you guidance on how to approach people approach bride and grooms that are nervous, because you do get it a few times. And then you get the other ones who just do not care. And let's be honest, they just don't care. They want to be in camera. Their guest wants to be in camera. And when you get guests like that, I'm like, brilliant. Yes, bring it on. Because I don't have to hide anywhere. I don't have to just jump around and go, right, I'm behind that pillar, I'm behind that bush, and behind that person, going out with a camera and going, I can be just myself, capturing fantastic bits and pieces, and I can give you advice as well on the ceremony, the priest that might be there, because sometimes they can be a bit odd, they can kind of go, I've had somebody go, can you stand in the corner and don't move? And you're thinking, well, I've got to move. I've got to move. I've had the priest that says, who's very friendly to me, goes, you don't mind, because he was just doing a ceremony, because you might mind moving just slightly over that. I went, yeah, of course. And at the end of the ceremony, he shook my hand. But I think it was a bit where the bride, it was the bridesmaids burst out laughing because there was an old woman there. She must have been like 80. And when the priest says, "Oh, can you move over?" This old woman, "You useless sod." And it got all the bride and groom laughing, and the bridesmaids laughing, and so I thought, wow, okay. I'll tell you, give you guidance how to get around little situations like that. Photographers might be assholes. I've met one or two, and I'm sure they've met photographers who've been the same as well. It works both ways. And and I'll give you guidance on the ceremony, the venue. Most times I've met fantastic people, absolutely brilliant guests. Sometimes I've met guests who can be drunk and can be assholes. I've met guests who suddenly go, "Oh, who's that videographer who was in my way? Oh, and bloody hell, he was in my way, and I couldn't see the guest, so I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that, oh, I couldn't see the bride go, oh, yeah, blah, 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 blah." And I went up to her, "So I'm really sorry. I didn't realise. You should have said." She goes, "Oh, well, you should have had a show, blah, blah, blah." I think that's how she talks, really. I don't know if she was Irish or whatever, but I went to I went, "Well, do you want me to give you the video files of the speeches?" "No, that's how I felt it was in my mind. I thought, "Oh, piss off." So, but obviously I can't say that to a guest. I went to the bride and says, "I'm really sorry, but one of your guests is really upset." And why? You went, "Oh, because I was parenting the way." She went, "Oh, tell her to piss off. She's always, you're just doing the job. She's always giving out to someone." And the one thing I will say about weddings is sometimes you've no option. You will always be in someone's way. You will always be in someone's way. I've had photographers come to me and go, "Liam, you're in this person's way." And I've realised what it is that they want the whole area to themselves. They don't want you in the shot. So you can be in the corner with a zoom lens and you'll still be in the way. I've had a wedding where I met two photographers and they were really, really nasty because they wanted the whole place to themselves. And I was told afterwards that's what they do. These photographers are known for it. So I'll give you guidance on how to deal with such events like that, because you will meet them. And most of the time, it's very rare that I meet them, but you will meet them. And that's one of the things. It makes your day hard to work with. So I'll tell you exactly how you deal with those situations. But thankfully, most of the time, you meet some fantastic photographers. I've been to one wedding a while back, and I went, photographer, I went, "Oh, no, not you. Not you again. Oh, why are you here?" He went, "Ah, shut up, you." And the bride went, "Oh, what's going on?" This is, "Oh, yeah, we know each other." And, you will do that. You'll meet a photographer, you'll see them again at a wedding venue, another one. And, I love them because you can work together. And sometimes you get a free meal, which is brilliant. I had one where they gave us a meal and gave us a pint. And, I said, I can't get up now because there's one venue we had three course meal and about 2 pints. And I was like, "Wow, thanks." She goes, "Well, it's the best we could do for you." And, you meet some venues which are absolutely lovely. You meet some that not. So I'll give you guidance on how to do that. I'll give you guidance on how to, when you're at a wedding, it can be long, 10 to 15 hours. I'll give you tips and advice on how to keep your energy up through the day. I'll show you, for example, I've had a few people recently, this young lad turn around and says, "I want to become a wedding photographer, but I'm scared of ruining someone's wedding." I went, "You can, but you need to have a backup. You need to have a plan of action, So I gave him these tips. I will do a separate video on this. Gave him these tips. He went to the wedding and he sent me a message saying, "Liam, thank you so much. I feel so calm. It wasn't as bad as I made it in my head." Now, I was the same when I did my first wedding. I felt, wow, on my first solo wedding, that is. So yeah, this channel is for advice and tips and to showcase my work. I really want people to follow my channel so I can help people along the way if they want to go into the world of photography, videography, or something very much similar to that, and they want guidance. I love what I do, and I want to share my experience along the way. I want to share my guidance and tips and what I use. I want to do behind the scenes at a wedding, what my office looks like, what my editing equipment looks like, what I use, what SD cards to use, what SD cards not to use. There's SD cards that you'll use at a wedding and they fall apart, and it's like, what the You know, you pay good money for some equipment. If you want to go to a wedding and you're really serious, pay good money. I'll share links, what discounts you can get, everything, what you can go to wedding, what lighting equipment I use, how I get to wedding, if my car breaks down, what I'm going to do here. You know, how to speak to clients, how to deal with nervous clients, how to deal with idiot clients, how to deal with everything you can imagine that can go right and can go wrong at a wedding. And most of all, how to make a client feel, you know, at ease at a wedding. Because I've been to weddings and I've said to the photographer, I went, oh, if I get in your way, just give me a kick in the bum. And the last one, I'm not going to do that. And, you know, the bride and groom will say, look, if I get in your way, just give us a kick in the ass and I'll move. And thankfully, none of that's happened. But it goes, because I say it in such a way, it goes towards making it more like humorous and they feel comfortable. The amount of times I've had people say, Liam, you've made us feel comfortable. I made a dad cry once because of the bloody video, and that made me cry. I've been to weddings and they say, how do you know when a video's coming together? I'll cry. And I don't care what anyone thinks about that. If I'm editing a wedding and it starts to come together, I will get emotional because I'm an emotional person that loves meeting people, that is creative. And I think in this day and age, I picked the best industry that I love to do. This year is a bit slow for myself, but I'll give you tips and advice on if it is slow pace, what you can do to pick that up again. So yeah, join me on this video adventure, this channel. Subscribe, share, and comment down below if you've got questions that you wanted me to answer. I'll do separate videos of all the things I do behind the scenes, how to deal with clients, how to deal with everything else. And yeah, I look forward to the comments and subscribers that comes my way. If I can help people get out there and do one of the best jobs out there as being a photographer or videographer or wedding supplier, then I'm really happy, because this is what I really want to do. So yeah, take care of yourselves and enjoy the weekends. And again, please subscribe, share, and comment on the videos down below. What do you like about it? If there's certain elements that in my wedding videos and you want to ask how I've done that, I'll do separate videos on that. The lighting, how I've done, what was really, you know, the best bits. I'll do behind the scenes at weddings, you know, when I go to weddings, how, you know, everything. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this channel. Take care. Enjoy your weekend when it comes around. Take care. Goodbye.